Have you ever looked at someone else's life and wondered, why can't that be me? In a world where everyone's highlight reel is on display, it's easy to believe happiness is always somewhere else. But what if the grass isn't really greener on the other side? What if the secret to true happiness is much closer than you think? Lee is a young professional. She has a stable job, a loving family, and good health. She lives a comfortable life, but is haunted by a constant sense of lacking. Every time she scrolls through her phone, she feels a pang of envy. Her friends travel to exotic places, buy bigger homes, and seem to have it all. Lee's thoughts spiral. If only I had what they have, then I'd be happy. She begins to chase after every new trend, every fleeting desire, hoping to fill the emptiness inside. Lee works overtime, takes on extra projects, and spends her savings on things she doesn't need. She is always in a rush, always comparing, always wanting more. The more Lee chases, the more restless she becomes. Her achievements bring only momentary satisfaction before envy creeps in again. She loses sleep, her health declines, and her relationships grow strained. Ancient wisdom teaches, desire is a fire that can never be fully quenched. The more you feed it, the more it grows. Lee is caught in a cycle, always reaching, never arriving. One evening, Lee attends a reunion dinner. She sits beside May, an old classmate who radiates calm and contentment. May's life is simple. She works a modest job, lives in a small apartment, and rarely travels. Yet as Lee listens, she notices something different. May speaks with gratitude, laughs easily, and finds joy in the smallest things. Lee asks, "Aren't you ever jealous of others? Don't you wish for more?" May smiles and replies, "I used to, but I realized that chasing after what others have only made me blind to what I already possess." Lee walks home, reflecting on May's words. She notices the flowers blooming in her own yard for the first time. Lee begins to slow down. She starts a gratitude journal, listing 3 things she appreciates each day. She spends more time with her family, reconnects with old friends, and takes walks in nature. Gradually, the envy fades, replaced by a quiet sense of peace. She learns, happiness is not found in distant places or in other people's lives. It grows where you choose to nurture it. Lee realizes that her life, once seen as ordinary, is filled with extraordinary moments she'd overlooked. Lee faces a setback at work. She's passed over for a promotion. The old envy stirs, but she catches herself. For a moment, Lee's old feelings return. She thinks, why not me? But instead of spiraling, she remembers her journey. She congratulates her colleagues sincerely and focuses on her own growth. She learns new skills, volunteers in her community, and finds fulfillment in helping others. Lee discovers that true contentment comes not from what you have, but from who you become. Lee visits a peaceful temple seeking guidance. An old wise lady sits in meditation. Lee approaches and shares her struggles. The wise lady listens, then says, "Comparison is the thief of joy. The mind is always searching for greener grass, but often what you seek is already under your feet. Tend to your own garden with patience and love. In time, you will see that what you truly desire has been with you all along." Lee leaves the temple with a lighter heart, ready to embrace her own journey. Lee journaling, meditating, smiling with family, and tending her own small garden. Lee's life isn't perfect, but it's real and it's hers. She no longer measures her worth by others' standards. She finds joy in everyday moments, resilience in adversity, and peace in her own path. She understands now, the grass is always greener on the other side, but in reality, it may not always be what you really want. True happiness is cultivated within. Now, take a moment for yourself. What are you grateful for right now? What beauty exists in your own life that you've overlooked? How can you nurture your own garden rather than longing for someone else's? Remember, your journey is unique. Embrace it. Water it with gratitude, patience, and love. Lee begins to change her outlook in life and become more hopeful. She held up a banner that reads, "Share this message, help someone find peace." If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Together, let's remind the world. The grass may look greener on the other side, but true happiness grows where you choose to plant it. She continues, "When I started watering my own garden, I discovered beauty I'd never seen before.